Imagine this. Your car breaks down on I-95 in Virginia. The repair costs $800. You check your bank account and there's only $120 left after bills. What do? This is the situation millions of Americans face every year. And this is why building an emergency fund is not just good advice, it's survival. Today I'm going to show you how to build an emergency fund fast, step by step, with real-life US examples you can start using today. Whether you live in New York City with sky-high rent or in a small town in Texas where things are cheaper, this system works for you. Part 1. Why emergency funds matter. Think about this. 60% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency with savings. That means one surprise bill could push them into credit card debt, payday loans, or even eviction. An emergency fund is like your personal financial safety net. It protects you when life throws punches: medical bills, job loss, car repairs, home damage. Without it, debt becomes your only option. So here's the truth. If you want peace of mind, you need cash set aside. Not investments, not credit cards. Actual cash savings you can grab fast. Part 2. How much do you need? So how much money do you really need? The classic advice is 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But let's break that down. If you live in California paying $2,000 rent, $500 for food, $300 for utilities, and $400 for transportation, that's $3,200 per month. 3 months of expenses means $9,600 saved. But if you're in Oklahoma paying $900 rent and $200 for food, your monthly cost might only be $1,500. 3 months for you is just $4,500. So the amount isn't the same for everyone. It depends on your lifestyle and your state's cost of living. Here's my simple rule. With $1,000, fast. This is your starter fund. None work toward 3 months. Fame for 6 months or more if you have dependents, a mortgage, or unstable income. Part 3. Where should you keep it? You might be thinking, where do I keep this money? A shoebox under the bed? Not safe. A checking account? Too tempting to spend. The best place is a high-yield savings account. Right now in the US, banks like Ally, Capital One, and Discover offer 4 to 5% interest. That means your money grows while it sits safe. And because these accounts are FDIC insured up to $250,000, you don't lose sleep wondering if your bank collapses. Here's the key. Separate this account from your everyday money. Out of sight, out of mind. Part 4. Step by step to build it fast. Let's get practical. How do you actually build this fund quickly? Here's the step-by-step formula. Step 1. Track your expenses. For 1 month, write down everything you spend. Surprised? You'll be shocked. That $6 Starbucks in Miami? Those $15 Uber Eats orders in Chicago? They add up. Step 2. Cut the fat. Pause subscriptions you don't use. Cancel that gym membership in Los Angeles you haven't touched since January. Switch from cable to streaming. Every dollar you save goes to your emergency fund. Step 3. Automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer. Even $10 a day adds up to $300 a month. Treat your savings like rent. Non-negotiable. Step 4. Earn extra cash. Deliver DoorDash on weekends. Sell unused stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Pick up a side hustle like tutoring or freelance writing. Americans make an average of $200 to $500 extra monthly doing this. Step 5. Use windfalls wisely. Got a tax refund in April? A work bonus? Don't blow it at Best Buy. Park it in your emergency fund. That one decision could move you forward by months. Tacken up mini mindset shifts. Now, let's talk psychology. Why do people fail at saving? Because they think it's boring or too far away. Here's a trick. Rename your emergency fund. Instead of just savings, call it Peace of Mind Fund or Freedom Fund. When you put $100 in, you'll feel like you're buying security, not just moving numbers. Another mindset shift. Celebrate milestones. First $500? Celebrate with a cheap pizza night. First $1,000? Take a picture of your bank balance. Reward yourself so saving feels exciting. Let me give you 2 real stories. Story 1. Sarah from Dallas lost her job during COVID. She had $5,000 in savings, enough for 4 months of expenses. That cushion gave her time to find a new job without panicking. Story 2. Mike in New Jersey had zero savings. His transmission blew, costing $2,500. He slapped it on a credit card. A year later, with 24% interest, he owed $3,200. Same event, different outcome. Which one would you rather be? Part 7. Common mistakes to avoid. Let's be clear. Building an emergency fund is simple, but people mess it up. Here are mistakes to avoid. Using it for vacations. That's not an emergency. Economical in stocks. Too risky. You need liquidity. Mixing it with your checking account. You'll spend it. Thinking credit cards are enough. They're not. Debt is not security. Part 8. How to stay consistent. Now, how do you keep the habit going? Set a visual goal. Print a thermometer chart, shade it in as your balance grows. Humans are wired to love progress. Also, get accountability. Tell a friend or spouse about your goal. When others know, you're more likely to stick to it. And remember, saving is a marathon, not a sprint. Even $50 a week becomes $2,600 in a year. That's enough to cover most emergencies. Let me ask you, how would it feel to have $5,000 cash sitting in the bank, just waiting for a rainy day? Peaceful? Powerful? That's the gift you give yourself when you build an emergency fund. Don't wait for a crisis to start. Start today. Even if it's just $20, put it away. That's the first step to freedom. Don't wait for an emergency to start saving. Start today. Even if it's just $20, your future self will thank you.